Now, the health department has offered more doses of the COVID-19 vaccine to jab other workers in the education sector, such as food handlers, janitors, and support staff. The deadline to vaccinate all teachers is getting closer by the minute. More than 400,000 teachers and staff have received the vaccine, but there are still many who have not. The Department of Education is encouraging all school staff to visit a vaccination site as the Friday deadline approaches. eNCA reporter Heidi Giokos is following that story for us and is joining me now live here on the Midday View from Midrand, where teachers and staff have been receiving their jabs. Good afternoon, Heidi. Welcome to the Midday View. We've heard of some hesitancy in the education sector as well. And last week, the education Minister, Basic Education Minister, Angie Motshekga, the headmistress herself, the headmistress of South Africa, was appealing to teachers in Limpopo to please get the jab. You can't force them, but he was appealing to them. What's the situation this morning where you've been?
Yes, certainly, Midrand. And just before I get into what exactly has been going on with education staff getting the vaccine, we are at Discovery's vaccination site here in Midrand at Gallagher Estate. And I must say that I have been at many vaccination sites, but I have never seen so many people. The site caters to education staff 50 and above, 60 and above, and of course healthcare workers, which is all those people that are eligible for the vaccine. As you can see, there are separate queues that cater for those 50 and above and education staff. There are many people, Midrand, that have come to get their vaccines. We know as of about 5-10 minutes ago, 1,840 people have received the COVID-19 jab, whether it's Johnson & Johnson or first or second dose of the Pfizer vaccine. And we do know that this site has capacity of about 4,000 people. And today, as of about 10 minutes ago, they have reached an all-time peak. So this is great news. It seems as many people are heeding the call, and the fact that this site has the capacity to vaccinate over 4,000 people means that they can administer as many people as possible that come here and try and not turn people away, as we have been seeing at other vaccination sites.
Okay, so it's busy there, and it's a mixture of people. It's a Discovery vaccination site. Do you have to go there if you've registered and you have not received the SMS? Do they still apply? Are they all now applying that approach that you don't have to have received the appointment SMS, just the registration SMS? It's good enough, number one. Number two, if you are not a member of the Discovery Medical Aid, do they turn you away?
So, Midrand, we know that the Department of Health did indicate that if you are not on medical aid, every private vaccination site should assist you, and the Department of Health will reimburse private vaccination sites for the cost. So we do know that at this particular vaccination site, they do accept walk-ins as long as you have registered on EVDS. That is the most crucial aspect here, that you have registered on the electronic vaccination data system and you have proof of registration. As long as you are also eligible, so it's 60 and above, 50 and above, healthcare workers, education staff, and possibly law enforcement officers that are able to get their vaccines. That is crucial in order for you to be vaccinated. And they do accept walk-ins. Of course, you have to be on EVDS.
Yeah. Now, let's just end by talking about the education sector very briefly and quickly. Heidi, the deadline is Friday, I understand, for the education sector. And some teachers still have not vaccinated. What's the word from the department? Are they confident they'll meet the deadline, or they'll make the deadline?
So, Midrand, we know that hundreds of teachers are still coming to get their vaccine. The Department of Basic Education said the deadline will not be met, and that's not because they have not been vaccinating. They have vaccinated over 400,000 education staff, but they have now included about an additional 200,000, which include cleaners, gardeners, and other support staff in the education space. And they will probably need about 2 weeks or so to try and conclude the additional 200,000. 200,000. There's an expiry date for those Johnson & Johnson vaccines for the 8th of August, so there is a pressure to get that done as soon as possible. But perhaps, if possible, we can listen to the spokesperson for basic education on that.
No, we will not be able to meet the deadline because we have since added more people. Initially, we had 582,000 people that had been identified as eligible to get the vaccination done, but now we have loaded up to 789,000 people. We have added more people in the sector, so we are considering approaching the Department of Health to ask for more time for us to be able to get all those people vaccinated as well. And we believe that with the new doses that we have received, we will be able to meet that kind of deadline. But of course, this needs a lot of coordination between the Department of Basic Education, Health, as well as the provincial department.
Elijah Mhlanga there speaking on behalf of the Department of Basic Education, ending that report by eNCA reporter Heidi Giokos.